I wanted to drop this video today because it's about time that I do a video and talk about intellectual property. You may hear me reference it and just say IP or whatever the case, but I'm talking intellectual property. And for me, before I embarked on this journey of building my personal brand, building my business brand, working on building my agency, working on building a community of people who are looking to also become more visible and become more credible to showcase their efforts to the world, right? I realized that for me to have plans like this, so big, bigger than myself, and I don't have my IP, I don't have my intellectual property protected, I'm doing myself a major, major disservice, right? And I say this for each and every one of you. If you are watching this video and you have a business, right, or you have a business idea that you started doing, you started showcasing it and posting it on Instagram or TikTok, or you made a LinkedIn company page or whatever you're building, right? If you have not taken the time to use the money you have to purchase your intellectual property, to trademark the names, to trademark the slogans or the company name or all those things, if you haven't locked in your company and actually turned it into a company, then it's I just can't fathom what you think is going to happen to you if you do not have those foundations locked in. Quite often we come up with so many different ideas, so many different sort of ventures, and I've seen it far, far too many times. You'll build something to the point where you didn't even believe in it to begin with, but you just thought, you know what, let me give it a go. And now when you realize that, you know what, this is actually becoming something that is worth investing in, you go onto the gov.uk or whatever the case, and you look at the trademark checker, and you realize that that name has been gone. It's been gone for a long time. Matter of fact, you get to the point of your business or whatever becoming a lot more popular and big in the game. Then little do you know, you get a cease and desist because you copied someone's name and you're out of the business. You got to change your name. And we do hear a lot of these stories as well. And fortunately, there's been many success stories where that cease and desist turned out to be an amazing thing for the business owner at hand. But that doesn't happen very often where that cease and desist actually works in someone's favor and they end up even being bigger. A lot of the times people will crash and burn. So this is something I'm particularly passionate about and particularly intense about, because in this particular era that we're living in, where we know that even having one income alone is very difficult to maintain and survive in this current climate, right? And you have an idea that you want to build on, you need to believe in that idea before you even earn a penny off of that. And you need to invest your money into this business. You need to put that money aside and use that and dedicate that to securing the rights and the trademark to these particular assets that you're looking to build. Because the last thing you want is to even have a thing where it actually works in your favor, but you just never had the foundations correct and it's just gone just like that. And then just like that, you have to start again from the very bottom when you work so hard to get to the place where you got to now. Don't play yourself. Let me share my screen.
Intellectual property, or if you hear people, you hear them say IP a lot. That is incredibly important. It's important for everyone, but specifically, I'm very passionate about our community, the Black community, knowing that, because that's often the first thing that's taken away from us. The minute you write a poem, you write song lyrics, there's a copyright. What you want to do is go to the U.S. Copyright Office. So www.copyright.gov. I tell people, go learn that skill set by yourself. Earn your leisure. We are sitting here because this is a federally protected trademark. That is what you do. Before things get big, you protect your assets. So whether you get the trademark attorney to do it, whether you do it on your own, just make sure it's protected before you walk into these business deals you all, because I've seen it where somebody has to buy that back or negotiate how to get it back. And of course, the price is much higher than it would have been before the stars started to rise. Intellectual property.
Listen, we need to protect our assets, right? Especially in this climate. We need to be building, but we need to be building responsibly. When it comes down to your personal brand, there's going to be areas in your personal brand you need to protect. You need to protect those assets. You need to treat your personal brand like a business. And for your business, you need to have your business brand. It's self-explanatory, or I would like to think it is, but you need to make sure that your business is on point, that you have your assets protected, because the IP is a lot more than just the protection of the assets. You now have the foundations to build something that will allow you to generate revenue in so many various different ways. Protection is only one part of it, but the opportunities are endless when you're able to actually have your intellectual property in check, and you're able to actually turn something into an asset that people actively want to buy, that people actively want to invest in, that people actively are immersed in, knowing that you built it from the ground up. So with this video, I'm not even going to do a long video like I do for the other videos. I'm just going to try and keep this one short and sweet and to the point. But please protect your assets. With the video that I've showed you just now, obviously that one is US based with that sort of information. Gov.co. You've got gov.uk. That's what it is. Gov.uk. Go on there. Search trademarks on Google. Go on YouTube. UK trademark. How to trademark my name. UK. How to trademark my business name. UK. How to set up a business in the UK. These are the things that you need to be searching for, and that you need to be using Google, YouTube, ChatGPT, Perplexity. Please focus on the task at hand. If you really believe in this thing as much as you say that you do, you need to protect. You need to protect it, because if you're building something that you know is bigger than you, or your mission or your objective is bigger than you need to have those assets protected. Because as the lady mentioned in the video, in that sense, we are the first ones where it just gets snatched away from us because we just didn't do our homework, and we didn't set the foundations to ensure that we have protected ourselves for years to come. And when it comes down to, building your business brand, your personal brand, you need to think about what can you do to build it to the point where it becomes a seven-figure brand. And I know I talk a lot about a £1 million personal brand, but right now I'm thinking seven figures. It needs to be higher than a mil. It needs to be a lot more higher than that. But the way that you get there is through developing a business, developing these assets that can outlive you, and that can use as assets that can continue to build and grow and develop and flourish. And you're able to effectively have it. You start it off as a seed. The seed is literally the idea, but then when it grows into something that is tangible, and it starts to produce tangible assets off the back of that, that is when you then realize the power of compounding and the power of actually investing in yourself before you even start. With everything that I'm building at this moment in time, before I even started speaking about it freely, or I started actually showcasing or putting it out there, or all those things, I ensured that before I even made a single penny off of what I've been doing, I ensured that I bought my rights to it. I made sure that I bought all the things I needed to buy, and to ensure that it's protected through and through, right? I bought the domains. I made sure that the email is sorted and correct. I made sure that the trademarking is correct. I made sure that the company name isn't taken, or no one can ever take that away from me. The things that I own, the companies I own, my personal brand, the things that I have literally developed from my mind and turned it into something tangible, something that's real, and something that is going to have such an impact in the next couple of years all came down to me just making sure that I protect my assets early before everything starts off. Don't do the opposite. Don't wait until something gets big and then you haven't protected it in time, because before then it's gone. If you truly believe in it, if you truly believe that this thing is going to change your trajectory or change your life for the better, protect it, get the foundations in check. And then once you get the foundations lined up and you have the certificates to prove it and everything else, then you start talking about it. Then you start promoting it and talking heavy on it. But until then, be quiet about it. Don't be saying too much until you know that the foundations are set. So that's it, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out, man. Look after yourself.